Good morning, my Unity family and friends. I am David Howard. I'm the senior minister here at Unity Spiritual Center, Denver. And I'm here this morning to, one, let you know that the video that we had scheduled to begin at 10 o'clock will begin at 10:10 today. The video that you're going to see later was recorded on Thursday evening, and it was posted to begin at 10 o'clock. That video recognizes and honors our graduating seniors, and we are very proud to do that. But since in that video, we did not address what is going on in this country in response to the murder of George Floyd. Both Trish Morris, our associate minister, and I felt it was important for us to address that and to say a few words about that. So I have prepared a few things I want to share. I do have some notes, which is a little unusual for me, but because I want to be clear and I want to be succinct, I did prepare some things to share with you this morning about that. Again, the video honoring our seniors will air at 10:10. But I believe it is so important that we stop and we acknowledge and we recognize the pain, the sadness and the grief, and yes, the outrage that so many are feeling in the wake of this event. Because this is just one more in a long list of black lives that has seemingly not mattered to those in power, which includes a whole lot of white people who talk of equality and justice for all people, but all too often don't stand for it when it really matters. And this week, we witnessed a black man in Minneapolis literally being silenced and his life taken beneath the pressure of the weight of a white man with his knee on his neck while he pleaded for air, for breath. And as I look at that, it's an all too real depiction of what has been happening in this country, both literally and figuratively, for centuries. And people are finally screaming, enough! They're taking to the streets. I certainly don't condone violence in any form, but I have empathy and compassion for the people who are feeling such frustration and anger and sadness and grief, because I understand that their desperate need to be seen and to be heard has been unmet for so long, and they don't know anything else to do. And I believe that this can be a pivotal moment in our history. This can be a tipping point. This can be the turning point. And I very clearly say can be, because it is up to us to make it so. And so I'm inviting us to ask ourselves the questions this morning. Will we commit to making it so? Will we choose to allow this to be our wake-up call and be determined not to go back to sleep, which we have done so often in the past? Each of us who professes to believe in and live the unity principles gets to make the decision of whether we will live the truth that we espouse. And those truths are expressed in 5 basic ideas. That there is only one One life, one power, one energy, one love, one. And that we as human beings are that one expressing. We are one in that life. And that we create our reality through our way of thinking and believing, through what we feel, through what we speak and what we do. We co-create this reality that we live. And that we can consciously connect with that one that is the life of all of us through the practice, the spiritual practice of prayer. And the fifth principle, which is so important, is that it's great that we know these things, that we believe these things, that we teach these things, that we espouse these things, but it's essential that we live this truth of oneness, of unity, of knowing that we create our reality. And pray. Yes, pray. It's important to pray. But don't pray for God to fix it. Because God, this ethereal being out there, is not going to reach down her hand and make it okay. That's up to us. So pray first as a means of consciously connecting with the life that lives us all. That life that beats our hearts and breathes our bodies. But in that prayer, I invite you to ask, what is mine to do? And keep asking, keep listening, and do it. As we've heard so often, pray with your feet moving. And my prayer and my hope today is that we will not go back to sleep. And that we will let our words and our actions be lived in tribute to George Floyd and countless other black lives that have been silenced by hate. So I invite us today to commit ourselves to be true to the principles of unity. Not just the unity movement, which are very powerful truth principles, but the principle of unity, oneness. We are one. And to stand in solidarity, in unity with our black brothers and sisters as they continue to fight against and stand against hatred and bigotry and prejudice and injustice. It truly is up to all of us. So I want to invite us to take a moment in prayer, inviting you wherever you are, if you're able to close your eyes and allow yourself to take a deep breath. In this moment, we breathe into the conscious awareness of the life that is breathing us, and into the awareness of the sacredness of each breath. We know that the same life that breathes us breathes all humanity. We are one. We open our hearts and we feel the pain of our human family. We feel with so many who are hurting and angry. We open our minds to the inspiration of what is ours to do as we recommit ourselves to living the principles of unity, one mind, one heart, one life, one love. And we answer the call of love to take the inspired action. In spirit, mind, and body, we go forward with a renewed dedication to living the truth we know. We are grateful for our knowing, for our realization of oneness, and for our willingness to be it in the world. So it is. So thank you. I think our video is just starting now, so appreciate you, love you. Please stay tuned and tune in to our pre-recorded video. Much love.